Hello, welcome to Fly Home Dragonfly, where we take a closer look at all of the great things that you can find right here in your own backyard. I'm Mari Van Meter, and I'm so excited to be here today with mortgage lender Rich Kimball from CrossCountry Mortgages. He is an awesome guy and the mortgage lender of choice for my brokerage and one of my personal favorites as well. I think he's top on my list. Hello, Rich. How are you?
I'm doing great, Mari. Thank you very much for having me. So I really do appreciate it. It's an honor.
I'm really happy that you joined me again today. I'm so happy to talk to you face to face on Zoom.
It's nice. It's nice. I think we're over the fact that sometimes we have to communicate this way. So
I think we've got a lot more proficient at it, definitely over time.
absolutely.
Can you tell our viewers a little bit about yourself and also about CrossCountry Mortgage and how you're different from some of the other mortgage companies that are out there?
Yeah, great question. Myself, so I've been with CrossCountry Mortgage. It'll be 10 years in January. That's in our industry, that's a long time. And it's been an unbelievable run with us here. Being in the mortgage industry for over 30 years, bring a lot of experience in, but the company, the way we run is phenomenal. The growth that I've seen and the things that we provide today, we'll talk about where we're at today. 10 years ago, we were the first brick and mortar here in Illinois. Today, we're closing in on 400 branches with 7,000 employees. So it's great growth. Ultimately, the company, we now sell loans directly to Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, Ginnie Mae. We service our own loans with probably 250,000 loans that's number of loans in servicing. And we make our own loans, our underwriting is in-house, and we're very, very innovative. There's a lot of things that we've done where we've been first. We see some trends and see that it'll work, and we'll be first. And we'll talk about something maybe a little later, like the Fast Track, which is our fully underwritten approval. And you can ask me that a little bit later. But we were one of the first companies to do that 4 years ago. Very, very innovative. Myself, being in the business for 30 years, I've learned one very important thing, Mari. You can't do it all on your own. So ultimately, I have a team. And, we kind of make the comparison. I don't know if you knew this statistic, but only 35% of people that go through the home buying process are happy with the mortgage and the real estate process. So that's 1/3. And the biggest thing that we look at with that stuff is communication. Well, since I can't be everywhere, I have other people that can help out answer the phones. As an example, we're in this interview right now. If somebody were to call my office, they would still get to talk to somebody that can answer their questions, get that they might have on an active loan, or help them begin a new loan. So having a team, I think, is really, really important. And then we're committed, certainly, not only as a company with our mission statement, but we personally are committed to make sure that we give back to the community. We make sure that not only our customer lives are better, our business partners' lives are better, and I also take really good care of our employees, because I know if they're happy, they're going to take really good care of the customers. I mean, it really starts there.
Absolutely. And I think you hit the nail on the head there when you were talking about communication, because that's really, I think, what is so lacking in the buying and selling process, is that the homeowner or the buyer is sometimes feels sort of left out of the process. It's like things are happening and they're just kind of, especially if it's a first time buying experience or first time selling experience, it can be very scary.
Oh yeah. Well, and what's funny about that is everybody talks about the first time buying and the first time, the first time selling. First time selling could be more unnerving than the first time you bought, because now you're in that little box where you not only have to buy something, but you have to coordinate your sale possibly to tie into it simultaneously. So it adds a whole other level of complexity. And sometimes we as a lender are able to work some things out where we can help somebody make that purchase before they sell. So it takes a little bit of pressure off. But there's often times where somebody's equity, which is their money to buy the next home, is tied up and they can't get to it. Or honestly, not a lot of people can afford two homes at the same time. So sometimes that other home has to be sold before they buy the new home. So like I said, it's not just first-time buyers that face some challenges. It's those move-up buyers. And I think
Well, and
we're
even now too, right? With COVID and with like housing prices going up so much that people are selling, but they're actually not able to find homes to buy. Are you probably finding some problems in those areas?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think the biggest thing is a lot of times is just getting equity out. And we have a couple tools that would actually help somebody get some of their cash out of that property before they sold. So that, because people will come in and they say, well, I don't have enough savings, or I can tap my 401k. And certainly tapping your retirement account when you have money tied up in equity is not really a great solution. So there are some things that we can do, to actually help people get money out of their existing home, and B, maybe even a product that we have that's more of a private label product to us, where we'll qualify them just on the new property, not on the property that they're vacating.
Oh,
So
that's awesome. So definitely if you're a buyer, but even if you're a seller and you might not understand how that's going to work out with you and with your equity, you can definitely give you a call and you guys can help them take a look at that.
yeah, got some great solutions for people. So
Now you were talking about that fast track program that you have. What
yeah,
is that?
the fast track. So what we found is and maybe folks listening don't know, or sure they've heard, hot housing market, multiple offers, things of that nature. Well, I want to talk a little bit about statistics, and then a little bit about how we can help move somebody's offer to the front of the line. Over last spring, last summer, and late last year, it wasn't uncommon for a property to see 10 offers or more. And that's a lot. So how do you distinguish yourself? Well, you distinguish yourself. Most of those offers, first of all, when they're coming in, they have a pre-approval letter, whether it's us, one of my competitors, but just says you're pre-approved. Now, the challenge with that is that we really haven't verified anything, not just us, but a pre-approval letter. Here's what goes into it. Borrower calls us, they apply, we pull their credit, we run automated underwriting. That's pretty much standard operating procedure to generate a pre-approval letter. And that's really what the agents are seeing and working with. The challenge with that is it hasn't been verified by anything. We haven't seen a paycheck stub, we haven't seen a tax return, we haven't seen a bank statement. It's really, I don't really want to use the word hearsay, but it's really all what the borrower told us versus what we can verify. So our fast track program is this. We get all the information after we issue that pre-approval letter. We then do all the normal verifications, verification rent, verification deposit, verification of employment. We package it up, we send it to an underwriter. They clear all the conditions. Now, Mari, when you make that offer from me is subject only to title and appraisal. And normally I would say we can close in as quickly as 10 days. And there is a appraiser shortage right now that's national in scope. And appraisals are probably running about 20, 21 days. So we essentially can tell you about 21 days to close. And again, the biggest challenge is the appraisal. I will give you a quick example. We just closed the refinance that we didn't need an appraisal. We received that application September 27th. I closed it October 6th.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
There's a whole group of happy people there.
Right? Yeah. Save money on the appraisal too. So
yeah. So that's fantastic. What other kind of things can you offer customers?
I kid about this. I think sometimes the list of what we don't do is easier to discuss. There's anything here that we can offer. As the size of our company, we're doing roughly $4 billion a month. And as the size of our company, we do anything from renovation loans, where somebody can actually take money to go ahead and improve the property before they buy it or while they're buying it, or even if they're in a home and they need to just get money out to do a kitchen, they can do that. We do veterans or VA loans. We have down payment assistance. We do something called a one-time close, where if somebody identified a lot, and they found a builder. We go in, one close, buy the lot, we pay the construction company through that, and then the loan automatically converts. So there's a lot of different types of things that we can do. I always recommend people come to me, let me know what your situation is, what you're trying to do, and then we'll find the right product for you.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. And you're such an easy guy to talk to. So I think that because we are pretty new to each other, when I first met you, I was sort of surprised because I'm new to real estate and I really hadn't even heard of your company. And
Sure.
so when I realized the size and scope of your company, but how stealth you guys are, that was really intriguing to me. That you kind of just take a very customer service driven approach. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, the company, the ownership of the company has always known that the speed and efficiency is something that's going to set you apart. And so we've always been very, very fast. Last year, there was a record number of people refinancing, a record number of people buying. In fact, we did more mortgages as an industry last year than in any other time in history. There's number one. Imagine if you have enough cooks in a restaurant to cook for 100 people, but you have a line of 400 people out the door. That's pretty much what the industry was facing last year. And you had some of our competitors who had extremely long turn times. And some of them weren't even taking refinance applications because they just didn't have the capacity. It's very similar to what's going on now with restaurants that are closing, shortening their hours because they don't have enough cooks in the kitchen to take care of the demand. We as an industry didn't have enough employees to take care of the demand. Even during those times, we were doing purchases in 30 days or less, and we were doing refinances in 45 days. So the ownership here believes in efficiency. And one of the things that he does is he tends to have more staff than you need because you never know when you get that kind of surge. So.
Yeah, see, that's really great. And I think that's one of the things that I like the most about your company and that why I want to use your company is that you do have that very quick turnaround time and that you're just so hands-on with the customers. I think it just makes people feel very safe and secure during that process. So
yeah, and it's interesting too, you mentioned the stealth side of us. And again, as a large organization, I was on a call yesterday with our marketing department, and they are now, we're in partnership with the Cleveland Browns. Everybody says, well, big deal. Well, we're based in Cleveland, that's why. So, but we are also looking at other partnerships with other sporting organizations around, other sports teams around the country. We are also have a campaign now with Hulu, Spotify. You're going to see our name more and more. We just hired the creative director behind Progressive's Flow, and she is now with us.
oh,
And
nice.
so we've made an investment to now make sure that the branding and we're a little bit more known. I don't think it'll change anything here, other than the fact that somebody new might say, oh yeah, I did see something on Barstool Sports or on a sporting, where our owner used to play football, and so he's a little bit tied into nothing. He never played NFL football, but he played Division II football, and he's very much into the sports. So a lot of our media is starting there.
Good. I think you guys laid the groundwork correctly and that you really put your focus on, the quality of the product before you went out and, spread it out to the world. So that was definitely, your owner is definitely taking the right approach on that. Is there anything, if you want anybody to know anything about you or the business, something that sets you, like you personally, apart? Why do I want to come and call Rich Kimball?
As far to answer your question, as far as what's going to separate us, it really boils down to availability and communication and service. And service, I almost hate to throw that in there because it's such a loosely thrown. We have great service. We have great service. Everybody talks about it. The challenge with it is you don't really get to experience that until you engage with somebody, and then it's either good or bad. And as I mentioned to you before, 2/3 of it through polling is not great. Our theory, the way we really approach things, is to take great care of the customer so that they go back and tell other people that they were treated really, really well. And so and again, having high communication, we'll have a little bit more people involved than they might get somewhere else, but having more people involved just means they're getting better care and better attention.
That is fantastic. That is a selling point. That's my marketing scheme too. I just actually want to be such a cool person that everybody wants to work with me.
Well, you're very cool. So you're very cool. I am fascinated every time I learn a little bit about you. So I think certainly for anybody here, they will be fascinated too. Certainly not going to be bored. You certainly won't be, you won't be not laughing when you're going out and doing this. And at the end of the day, we got to make things fun. So
we really do. So it'd be nice. They can make it fun with me. They can make it fun with you too, Rich. I do want to just mention here at the end of this video, because this video is coming out in October of 2021. At the end of the month, October 30th, I am having a people appreciation party, and Rich Kimball is going to be there as one of our sponsors. So you'll get to meet him as well. It's a very cool party. So if you are in the Northwest Chicago area or wouldn't mind traveling here, leave me a message and I will send you an e-bite for sure, because we would love to meet you as well. So thank you so much for joining me today, Rich.
Thank you very much for having me, Mari. This has been great. So.
All right. Well, I look forward to talking to you again soon. Take care and see you later, everyone.
Bye,
Remember,
everybody.
Don't forget, if you loved this interview, which I'm sure you did with Rich Kimball from CrossCountry Mortgage, you're definitely going to want to subscribe to our channel so that you can meet more great people that you can work with and see in the Northwest suburbs. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.